Good evening, everybody. How are you? I'm Chef Rob. Everybody, my son Chris is here with us. The Mastic Merches Public Library, thank you so much. As always, we always have fun when we're in person, and we're having fun now virtually as much as we can, right? Hello, Debbie. And I have two really nice spring dishes here for everybody. Perfect for a brunch, okay? So if anybody has questions, comments, anything like that, please put them in the chat. My son Chris will let me know that we have some. And we're going to start with the lemon-and-thyme bread. But before we do that, Chris says, don't go anywhere.
Emily says hello, and Debbie says hi, Rob.
Hello, Emily. Hello, Debbie. How are you? So, everybody, the lemon-thyme bread, I have made a few times in the public libraries and had really good feedback on it. So I said, got to do it virtually. I think this is the only library I'm doing it for virtually. So
Which one?
The lemon-thyme bread.
Yeah, I don't think we've done this virtually.
No, and I don't think it's on the menu. So whoever's missing it tonight, they're lost. No. So okay, let's start. You would, if you were making it with me right now, I would say preheat that oven to 350, because when you're done with this, you want to pop it right into the oven. Yes, Chris.
Joanna says hi, Rob and Chris. Hello.
How are you? Good to have you here. I almost said see ya, but I can't see you. I gotta take it for granted you are there. Okay, so everybody, 1 stick room temperature butter. Whenever the baking recipe calls for room temperature, you should be able to go just like that. Okay, nothing more, nothing less. If it says room temperature, it really does matter. Okay, so we are just gonna take 1 stick unsalted butter. I like to use unsalted butter because that way you are starting with no salt in your recipe, and then you know exactly how much to put in. Okay, I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of sugar. Very important to have that correct amount, that measurement, because that gives it the moisture and the texture of the bread. Okay, so I am going to turn on my electric beater. And I just want to get this blended together, and then I am going to add in 1 of the eggs here. Okay, so I'm just going to turn this on low. This will bake for about 40 to 50 minutes. You would put it in about an 8-inch by 4 loaf pan. Okay, just give it a little spray or a little butter and flour on the side.
Neil just said, just had the crustless apple tonight. Hi, Rob and Chris. Hello.
Hello, Neil. You had the crustless apple crumb pie? Now, did you make that a while ago and had that in that freezer from one of these classes? Or did you get the oomph to go and bake one today? Just had to know.
And Debbie just posted the link for the recipe for the lemon-thyme bread for anyone that needs it.
Okay, thank you, Debbie. I hope everybody is doing good out there. I hope everybody is still staying healthy. So what you're going to do here is just make like a crumbly mix. And then we're just going to toss in the 1 egg. Just crack it, drop it right in there. Now go right up against the sides. Get that all really good and combined. The way to tell if the eggs are any good, always just go and put them in some water, and if they stay at the bottom, it means they're very fresh. If they start to dance a little bit, they're getting older, and if they come to the top, throw them out. Okay,
Neil said they're fresh, not frozen.
fresh. Oh, Neil has been baking today, everybody. Everybody party at Neil's house in an hour. Okay.
Rena asks, should the egg be cold or room temperature?
If you remember, try to take out any dairy about an hour, hour and a half ahead of time. Room temperature, as long as the butter doesn't say cold, anything like that, everything room temperature dairy incorporates really better, makes for a better batter.
And just the exact amount you need, right?
Always just, if you just need a certain amount, that's what you want to use, okay?
Susan said, eating your Asian chicken orzo salad for dinner this evening. made the stuffed French toast yesterday because I need to use up the mascarpone.
Yes, you do have to use that up pretty quickly, right? So everybody, I am putting in a half cup of buttermilk. This really matters to use buttermilk in this recipe, so try to buy the buttermilk, okay? You know I have many recipes with buttermilk out there. So add that right in there. And then we want to add a half a cup of sour cream, okay? Believe it or not, you can use the reduced fat or the full fat, not the fat-free though, okay? So if you're trying to cut a little bit of calories, use the reduced fat and this bread will still come out really, really good. Not always in baking do I say switch it up a little, okay? But this one you can. So what I want to do with this batter, just mix this in really good. As soon as it's whipped together, I'm going to stop. Again, this goes into a 350 oven, 8 by 4 inch loaf pan, 40 to 50 minutes. Just take a toothpick to it, and if the toothpick comes out clean, you are all done. What do you got, Chris?
Emily asks, can I use Greek yogurt?
It'll come out a little different. If you can use the buttermilk, it would be good, but if you do try it with the Greek yogurt, I know you will be watching me, so please let me know how it came out for you, okay? But if you can, at least try one with the buttermilk. And nowadays, the buttermilk, pretty light, okay? It's, what, 56% less fat-free, okay? So, just so you know. I have some beautiful fresh thyme right here, so I'm going to bring that over here. I want to get my lemon ready. I have to add in my flour. Now, you all know I go to many public libraries in person, right? Mastic Marich's, Shirley, once a month at least, right? Okay, so I want to take 1 3/4 cups of the all-purpose flour. So when I go to the libraries, this one here, look at that, 1 3/4 cups. Now the Mastic Merchants Library, we have 40 people coming at me each month. So if I had 1 cup, a 1/4 cup, and a 1/2 cup, we would have to stay open at past the 9 o'clock. And Debbie does not want to do that. She wants to go home. So I bought this for Debbie, so that way Debbie gets out on time. 1 3/4. So everybody 1 scoop, and then it keeps the line moving quicker. Okay.
Emily said, I have the buttermilk. I meant instead of sour cream.
Oh, instead of sour cream, no, you really do need that sour cream, Emily, for it to come out really good like this one, okay?
Neil said, OMG, store brand, you're always so top shelf.
I know, but there are certain things that store brand and the regular one is really equivalent to, and this one is a ShopRite buttermilk, and I tried that along with the Friendship. Saw no difference at all. Sometimes store brand matters. This one it doesn't. I know I'm top shelf, Neil. There's nothing, doesn't get any better than me, right? Okay, and now we are going to take just a 1/4 teaspoon of the salt. Add that in there. That brings out that lemon flavor. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. We're just going to mix that around really good. And now I want to put in the thyme and the fresh grated lemon zest. Okay, so the thyme.
It's 7:09.
Thyme. Chris with, whoa, uh-oh. He's trying to take my spot.
I don't know.
Just kind of take it just like this. Pull it right off and they just kind of fall apart. Just sprinkle them right in there, okay? It'll only do that if it's really, really fresh. If it has that little bristly feel to it, it's like putting the dried thyme in there and it's not going to have a lot of flavor, okay? This, it's really just like an earthy and lemony type of taste. So the thyme for this bread is really, really good. If you like thyme, put a little extra in here. If you're not sure, just a little hint. It's nothing strong at all, okay? But it really does make this I originally designed this bread as a tea bread, okay, and perfect for like a spring brunch. So I hope everybody will try it. Okay, now I'm going to take one fresh lemon, use the microplane, and just kind of grate it right in here. I really want about 1 tablespoon of lemon zest. Now, if you do like your really lemony type cakes or breads or scones, you can put a little bit of juice of this in there, okay? I would say the most is about half a tablespoon, okay? So if you really want to get a lot of lemon flavor in there, do that, okay? So, for anybody that watches me night after night, I want to tell you a couple classes I have. Tomorrow night at Connect Quat, 5 o'clock, I'm doing a spaghetti squash burrito bowl. And then I'm doing a beefsteak tomato and avocado salad. And that's at Connect Quat Public Library. It's on their Zoom. And then at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, I am doing a class in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. I never knew there was a Fitchburg, Massachusetts. I do now. At 7 o'clock, and I'm doing the panko crusted chicken with spinach, fresh mozzarella, and colored tomatoes. Okay. Okay, perfect. Get all that lemon in there, about a tablespoon. Okay. Just kind of mix this around really good. Get that all coated really well. And now I'm just going to add those dry ingredients into the wet. If you can see up against the side of the bowl, have a little sour cream there. I got to get that all mixed in really well. So I'm just going to add this in here just until it's combined. It will be a very wet batter. Like I said, if you do like your lemon, just put a little squeeze of lemon juice. Not a lot though, okay? You don't want it to be overpowering. I'm just going to turn this on low, and I'm just going to scrape up against the sides of the bowl. Okay. And then on Wednesday at the Pound Ridge Public Library on Zoom at 4:30, I will be doing the Asiago cheese bread. So if you want to see that one, that's a really quick bread to make, but it has a lot of flavor. We did that one in person at Mastic Merches. We did a lot in person at Mastic Merches. I miss my family classes there. All the families used to come out. That was really, really good. All the families coming out, making a bread or making scones or Mexican lasagna together. That was good. So I want to unplug these beaters right here. I'm going to unplug this here. Oh. Put that on the side. I'm just going to hit this right against the side of the bowl. I'm just going to give this a quick little spray. Never overspray it because otherwise you taste the spray.
Neil asks, Chris, ever eat something from the fridge that was needed for a class?
Interesting question, Neil. Neil, do you study this? Because you're good at this.
I mean, sometimes, but like I'll ask him first, and yeah, we usually have enough of it, so we're good.
I can't say I ever was getting ready for a class that said, where is this? And I had to run out and go get it. I can't say that. Might be a day ahead. I'll be like, where was this? But hardly ever. That was a great question. That was really good.
And then Rena said, I bought Asiago cheese today for that recipe. It was not cheap.
I'm sorry, Rena. Do you want me to go half? But you will love it. I promise you will love it. If you don't love it, bring the cheese back to the store on top of your bread and just say the cheese was no good. Okay? Okay. Everybody, just take this batter. If you like blueberries, you can add some fresh blueberries to this too and make it a lemon-thyme blueberry bread. Really make it like spring. Okay? Just spread this really evenly out, just like this. Yeah, a lot of the cheeses, they are not cheap. If you get them in the clubs, they can be a little cheaper, or like an Aldi or a Lidl. They're a little cheaper there. But like the clubs, you got to buy 5 pounds of it, you know. So only if you're going through it. So I guess Rena will be making Asiago cheese bread with me. I'm glad. So everybody, this is what the batter should look like. 350 oven, 40 to 50 minutes, okay? If you wanted to put in, look at these blueberries. I bought these at BJ's, and you know, if you go to BJ's tomorrow, they're gonna have these same ones. Probably not, because they just keep changing. They keep coming from different regions all the time. They have unbelievable taste to it. So if you drop a few of them in here, really, really good.
Joanna X, can a glass bread pan be used?
Absolutely, and you don't have to reduce it by the 25 degrees. A lot of times that is the case, but you don't have to with this.
Rena X, can I divide the dough for this into individual mini pans?
Yes, absolutely.
And oh, sorry.
Yeah, and if you did do that, since this is 40 to 50 minutes, I would say you would probably get about 8 to 10 muffins out of it. If you're doing medium-sized ones, about 18 to 22 minutes, okay? But the old toothpick will tell you whether it's done or not. You don't want to overcook it, too.
Tony X, can you freeze cheese?
There's certain cheeses you can. Do you sacrifice flavor and some texture, consistency? Yeah, absolutely. Feta cheese does freeze pretty well. Mozzarella cheese pretty good too. But there's nothing like the fresh. If you're trying to do like the Asiago or a real hard cheese, it doesn't freeze really well. I wouldn't recommend it. So before this class started, I said, you guys want to see what that bread looks like. So we won't be here 40 minutes later. So I said, I would make one, okay?
Tamara X, is it more like a bread or a muffin? I guess the texture of it.
It could be both. It really could be both. It has a little sweetness to it because it has the 3/4 cup of sugar, the lemony flavor in it. So it's not like where you're looking at a sourdough type texture, something like that. A carrot cake to a zucchini bread, in that family. Okay, and then there's no other better way to finish this off but a little powdered sugar. It just makes it look and taste really, really good.
Rena X, could you slice the bread if that's okay to see the inside?
Yeah, absolutely. And then what you would do, just garnish it with some blueberries on the outside. And why not just take a little sliver of lemon just to garnish the plate. Just like that. Doesn't it say spring all over it?
Neil said, looks dense. Toasted would be good?
I would say tonight, tomorrow, good. Just eat it the way it is. If you like that toasted type of bread, there's nothing wrong with just taking a slice of it and putting it right in. So let me just slice this.
Tamara said, I will definitely make this. It's perfect for this time of year.
It really is.
And
it really is.
Deborah said pretty.
See, if you could say a little bit spongy there. Okay.
So I'd say it's more like a muffin, like the texture of it.
Yeah, it's got the muffin.
Or like a cornbread.
Something like that. Yep, absolutely. So I'm just going to leave that right over here. And then this is our batter, which is going to go in the oven shortly, 350. Debbie's going to drive on over here in a little while. And I'm going to put it right out the door to her, right?
Rena said pretty, good for Mother's Day.
Absolutely.
And Debbie said perfect for perfect for breakfast.
It really would be. For Mother's Day, I have something coming up. Debbie will know if I'm doing it at her library, but I am doing, at a lot of libraries I know, a raspberry, strawberry, tiramisu trifle. Okay, and it has lemon curd in it, and it's really, really good. And I hope when I'm making that one, you make it along with me. It's made with the lady fingers, okay? So really, really good.
Tamara said looks pound cakey.
Pound cakey. Yep. I could see that. That's how they call it in Tennessee, Tamara? Pound cakey. Yep, I could see that. All right, everybody. So when I baked the other bread, I said I might as well bake a challah bread for the Mastic Merchants Library. So I didn't really do that. I went to the store and I picked it up. It was just so much more convenient, okay? If I was teaching you how to make challah bread, I would have. But if you ever made a challah bread, it's really good. It's some work, but nothing terrible. You need to use yeast in it, okay? You can always use, like, for this French toast, a brioche roll, okay? So that would work really well as well. Now, when I was saying I made this earlier, Chris gave me a smirk like, oh, come on, you can't tell them you really made that when you got the wrapper for it right here.
Hey, you didn't see me roll my eyes. Emily said it looks delicious, and Joanna said, can we get the recipe ahead of time to make it with the Mother's Day one?
Yeah, just keep an eye on my website, and what happens, I'm sorry, not my website, my Facebook page. When you get my schedule all the time, whatever library has that one, just check with them and they would have it, okay? I don't post the recipes on my Facebook page for the reason everybody's supposed to be going to the library. That's really what it really comes down to. Because the library really needs all of us to go there, okay? To attend the programs, to get books, to everything. That's why we're still doing all this. So whenever you can, go to the library for it. Okay?
Debbie just posted the recipe for the mascarpone and raspberry French toast.
Thank you, Debbie. Been working with Debbie a long time. I remember last time I had told a story that I remember the exact date that, not date, but day that Debbie had called me and said, do you want to come do classes for the Mastic Merchants Library and all that? I was over in Wading River, over that way, and I pulled over the side of the road, got my calendar out, and we started booking. And that was, what, Debbie, 7 years ago, maybe? 6, 7 years ago? 7 years ago. Wow, crazy. All right, so I have my little burner here. If you've never seen this thing here, I'm going to show you. I bring it to the library all the time. The brand is Cadco. Sometimes it'll say Broil King on it. It's the exact same one. It's 1500 watts, and it just comes so in handy for when I go to the libraries and actually doing these classes here. Because if I went and did this class in the kitchen, you would really know everything about my back, okay? You know, you're watching my back. You need to have everything right here for it to go properly. So that's why I do it like this. Yes, Chris?
Rena said you could do classes from my backyard if you want.
Can I, Rena? And then I could pay you the money for the Asiago cheese bread, right? I'm going half on it. Okay, let me just take this skillet. I'm just going to put some butter in here. Just a couple slabs of butter. Don't have to start melting it yet, but I'm going to get it ready. I can always add more. This one is not calorie friendly, okay? So I just want to warn everybody.
Neil said, you're making the trifle the day of my niece's wedding. I was going to skip the wedding, but another library has it too.
No, Neil, they can get married a different day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's me, Neil, come on. Okay, this is actually a really beautiful challah bread. Okay.
Good job baking it.
What's that?
Good job baking it.
Thank you, son.
Yeah.
Just gonna cut a couple thick slices. I'm just gonna make one of these because how many do you think we can eat here? Huh?
Is that a challenge? I mean,
No challenge. I'm gonna use some mascarpone. I know some of you that watch me every night have heard me say this, but there's people that just watch from Mastic Merchants Library. This will last unopened. It says May 20th right here. As soon as you open it, though, you have to use it within a couple days, okay? Soft cheese, especially like this mascarpone, about 3 to 4 days tops, okay?
Sorry.
Keep it as cold as you possibly can. Yes, Chris.
Helen X, where do you find the schedule on Chef Rob's Facebook page? All you have to do is go onto his Facebook page, scroll down a little bit, and you'll see Sunday's schedule that we posted last night of all of this week. And every Sunday night we post it, so you'll be able to find it there.
Yeah. Okay. So just take about 2 tablespoons worth the mascarpone.
Should this be my dinner tonight?
No, mine.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, actually, I have been enjoying. We made an Asian orzo chicken salad the other day for our food festival. I still have a little bit, and I really love that. That one again. I know I made that in Mastic Merchants. I think I've made everything almost there.
Neil asks, have you ever tried the half cream cheese and half sour cream substitution?
I have, yep. And there would be nothing wrong with doing that for this if you don't want to go buy a container of the mascarpone. The mascarpone, the nice and light, this type of Italian cream cheese, I think is perfect for this. But you don't want to go out, it's like $5-6 for a small container. So if you don't want to do that, yeah, that it will work and it will be fine. Any preserves will do. I have down on the recipe raspberry, okay? But I saw this one in Costco. Look at this. Look at how big this is. It's 36 ounces. And you know this brand. This is great. And it's got strawberries, cherries, red currants, and raspberries in it. A jar like this was like $6.99, which is crazy cheap. Okay. So I'm just going to pop that open. And about a good tablespoon right on here. And just kind of smear that around. Just like that. Now, if you want to put fresh berries on here would go great. If you would want to put almonds, toasted almonds on here, that would go really well. So I am just going to close this up. If you were making a bunch of them, like I do at the libraries, I would put one here, one here. I actually have them all made when everybody comes in the library, except for 1 or 2. And then I take a towel off it. I'm almost like a magician. I kind of put the towel over everything just like that, and then so it keeps the bread fresh. And then I start cooking them off, and then the line wraps around Mastic Shirley. Sometimes it goes down towards Cinnamon Riches. Okay, to make the batter, I'm using less because I'm, but to make the amount that, for this recipe, it would be 4 eggs.
Dorothy said, yum, that's my favorite jam. I just bought 2 jars at Costco.
Did you? Right? Am I right? It was like $7 right in that area there. It's unbelievable. It's so good. I would want 1 cup of milk, okay? Use the whole milk or the 2% milk if you can, all right? And then I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. The cinnamon in this really is really good. And then one of my favorites. I love the smell of this. You ever smell this, Chris?
Yes.
It's unbelievable. It's so good. Just like a half teaspoon. So just a couple drops. And that is all you need because it is that strong.
Dorothy said it was totally worth it.
Right, yeah. Beat this up really, really well. I am going to turn on my burner. I want to get that butter to start to melt. I want to make sure the eggs are all beat. Everything is all combined really good.
And Prudy said, hi, Rob and Chris. Just got on, was out all day. Hello.
Hi, Aunt Prudy. How are you?
Rena X, could I substitute nutmeg for cinnamon?
Nutmeg, if you like nutmeg, yeah, that would work perfect. Yes.
Jean said, hi, Chef Rob. Looks delicious.
Thank you so much, Jean. How was the family?
And she said hi, Chris. Hello.
Okay, just let this burner go a little bit. I'm just gonna let that heat up, and then I'm gonna soak this French toast in here. For anybody that just joined on, there is raspberry, strawberry, cherry preserves in here, red currants, and mascarpone, and we're doing it on a challah bread, just like that.
G-Nex, what about vanilla?
Vanilla would be fine, but if you have and you like almond, that almond extract, the flavor is so good with the French toast, okay? Now, when this is done and you get it nice and golden brown, warm maple syrup on it, fresh berries, of course, around it, whipped cream, it'll be so good.
She said everyone's good. Chris, you need to bring some of these goodies soon.
Okay.
And Neil said, never saw anyone grate the raw nutmeg before.
The other day you did, Neil, huh?
Yeah. During the April food program.
Am I impressing you, Neil? Come on, be honest. I know. I don't impress anybody. I know.
Rena said, my mother used to bake with almond extract.
It's so good. It really is. So this is called a mascarpone and raspberry stuffed French toast, this recipe right here. I am just going to submerge it down here. I want to kind of make sure that all that good almond extract, cinnamon, egg, milk gets all into this.
Neil said always.
Okay. The butter is starting to sizzle. We're going to make this golden brown. Okay. If you don't want to eat too much of it, you just cut it into little bite-sized pieces and let the family just try it.
Think I might need to go to the gym after this one.
This will be good for Mother's Day. This one here, this would be perfect for Mother's Day. All right, starting to sizzle really good. Put it right in the center there. I want to get it nice and golden brown on both sides. Make sure you don't have it too hot. And I have a little warm maple syrup right here. It's going to be brunch at the Scots tonight, huh? For any folks that came on late, this is the lemon-and-thyme bread. Perfect for Mother's Day.
Jean said, Chris, tell Cello to make this for me. I will definitely tell him.
I'm going to put this right up here. So everybody, I'm going to give everybody a little bit more of my schedule. Wednesday night at Sayville. This is after my Asiago cheese bread at Sayville Library. It's either 6:30 or 7. Did you ever find out, Chris?
I wrote it on your schedule, I believe.
See, Chris just tells me when to get into the dining room. You did? 6:30 then.
Yes.
It is a sheet pan chicken fajitas. Okay, everything on a sheet pan. And then I'm doing a beefsteak, tomato, and avocado salad with crispy tortillas on top. Okay.
Rena said, so pretty, and Emily said, looks yummy with my upstate maple syrup.
Oh, that's upstate maple syrup. I know when Chris went to Vermont last year, he got some of that. That was pretty good.
I don't let anyone else have it.
No. It's under lockdown, right? And then everybody on Thursday at 9 o'clock in the morning, Chris is looking at me funny. If you want to go with me, root canal, okay? So if I can't talk during that night program, you know why, right? But I am still going to do a program. I've had them before. Believe it or not, actually, I think the last time I had one, I had like a 2 o'clock one. And where did I have to head to? Mastic Marich's library to go do 20 families and then 40 adults there. So if I can handle that, I can handle being in my dining room doing a cooking one. But Thursday night at 6:30, we are doing a sheet pan, an Italian chicken ciabatta sheet pan chicken dinner. Okay. And we're also doing the zucchini pancakes. And that is at the Tuxedo Park Library. And then on Friday at 7 o'clock on Zoom, we're doing Brooklyn-style soft pretzels. So if you want to make them with me, Hillside Library.
Neil said, have Chris cook and Rob film. And then Joanna said, I think Chris is ready to substitute for you.
And I am ready for Chris to do one. What would you like Chris to make? Or Chris, you got any ideas what you want to make? Debbie, would you hire Chris and let me film? I'm just letting this on like a low to medium heat. I want to make sure that egg that's in the bread is cooked through, but I want to get it nice and golden brown. So nothing wrong with flipping it, okay?
Tamara said, you may need to make smoothies. Sounds good.
Do a smoothie. You know, I have a smoothie class. I did it on YouTube. Actually, a library in Ohio just bought it from me. Toledo, Ohio. I think they're showing it this summer. Okay, I'll let everybody know when I know. Yes, Chris.
Jean said, yes, Chris, let's see you cook something. LOL. Emily said, our granddaughter had all her wisdom teeth taken out. She lives in Florida. Ouch, I feel for you, Chef Rob.
Did she do a cooking program afterwards? How did it go?
Rena said, Chris will be doing a kid's cooking class since he'll be a kindergarten teacher. Yes.
He would be great with that. Well, I'll tell everybody a story in a minute. Okay, so everybody, this is the French toast. Okay. Rena, just for you, I'm going to cut it open. Okay. And it is really, really good. I promise you. You know, when you see on TV, a lot of the chefs on TV, they're always tasting it and they're, all good. And you never hear them like, that wasn't so good, right? It's always been good, right? Maybe they may say, we need a little more salt or something, you know? But you know what? I don't say that. I always let everybody make the recipes, let them judge for themselves. But I only put out things out there that I really feel that your families would make. I try not to do real spicy stuff or really out there stuff. I try to stay very general because it captures more audiences this way. More people can relate to these different goods.
Jean said, that's a great idea, Chris. Neil said, sorry, I make grilled cheese French toast. Emily said she has your cookbook and she said she uses it all the time. And Joanna asked, can you put Cool Whip on top? And then Neil said, bam, powdered sugar.
Neil, you want a little powdered sugar on there? What I do with it? You know, powdered sugar on here would be really, really good. So make this for Mother's Day, okay? This is perfect for Mother's Day. I'm gonna just put a little side of the maple syrup right there, just like that. Chris is gonna zoom in on these two dishes. Okay.
Gail said, Chris, you have to do your dad's taco in a bag with your kindergarten class. Jean said, that looks amazing. I want some. And Tamara said, all of your recipes are awesome.
Thank you, everybody. So I'm going to tell everybody a quick little. Go ahead, Chris.
And Emily said, all looks amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You guys are all wonderful. I love that you watch just about every night. Some of you every night, and thank you. And Debbie, always a pleasure working with you.
And Colleen says, looks great.
Thank you, Colleen. And everybody, yesterday, well, let me backtrack. We'll go to Saturday. Saturday we had our food festival on our Facebook page, but then a lot of libraries stream to it and then they watch it. So we had a lot of people watching it. So, and then yesterday we did a Girl Scout troop up in Nassau County. And we had 141 Girl Scouts on there making soft pretzels on a Zoom. So, it went fine, and the dough has to rise. So what we do is we actually make the dough with them. I make dough ahead of time, show them how to make the pretzels, and I said to them, let's all take like a half-hour break, all meet back here on Zoom, and then we continued to make the pretzels. So it was a lot of fun. We had fun.
Emily said, good night, Chef Rob and Chris.
Good night, Emily. Good night. And, but as far as Chris with the classes, I have to tell everybody a quick story. There was one time where I've been doing the libraries for 9 years, and I don't think there was 5 times where I called in and said, I can't make it. Debbie, I was one of them right at your library. I think I had the stomach bug and I just couldn't make it. So you wouldn't want me to make it. So there was one time I was supposed to do a class in Dix Hills, a Super Bowl class. It was all little different hors d'oeuvres of different football snacks and then football games. It was all with the children, the teens. So I couldn't make it. So my boys knew my program, both Robert and Christopher. They knew my program inside and out. They've been doing it with me for years, the Super Bowl one. So I asked them, I said, if the library's fine with you doing it, are you, and they were younger then. They were 4 years ago, maybe 4 years or 4?
Oh, no, way earlier, because I wasn't even close to driving.
Maybe.
I was probably like 13, 14 maybe.
Okay. Maybe, yeah, so maybe like 5 years ago. And I called up and I said, they would do it if you want them to do it. And they were so great. They were just like, if you're telling us your boys can do the program, then your boys can do the program. And they got just such great feedback. They played games with these kids. They served them like hot pretzels and hot dogs and all things like that. So they bailed me out whenever I've needed it, and it's greatly appreciated. But so proud of them that they've always been able to do that type of thing where they could always pinch hit and do whatever and that, So that was fun. Yes, Chris.
Joanna asks, would Cool Whip be good on top?
It'll be fine, yes. Nothing like fresh whipped cream, but Cool Whip, Ready Whip, that's all fine. Yeah, we got to cut corners. I just can't show Neil like a King Cullen Cool Whip can because I'm lowering the bar on him then. So I got to keep myself this way with Neil.
Joanna said you taught them well. Good job, chef.
Thank you. All right, thank you everybody at Mastic Marich's Library. Thank you so much. Stay well, and I hope to see you tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is Fitchburg, Massachusetts at 7 o'clock and Connecticut at 5 o'clock. So, good night everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.